finding scholarships. A lot of people have been asking me why I've been hammering on mindset. Um, Mindset is something that you cannot downplay. It's very important in anything and everything that you do. Winners mindset and losers mindset, there's a thin line between it. It's just how you think. We can all be given the same opportunity, and how you think about it is how best you can, capture that moment, capture that opportunity, and run with it. Some people might be given a very small thing, and they can, make a lot out of it. Why? Because of their mindset, because of how they're thinking of what they've been given. It can Some people have even used struggles to do great things. Why? Is because of their mindset. So today we're going to talk about, or have a conversation on, how mindset how having the right mindset plays a very big role in your scholarship journey. So confidence, thank you very much for having this conversation with me. And I know you are very big on it too, hence why I decided to invite you for us to have this conversation. I've seen or read a few of your posts and your discussions in a few events with mindset. So hence why you're the best man for this conversation. So thank you very much for accepting to be on this with us and have this conversation with me, I would say. So if you're joining us, this is Changing the Narrative, and we're here having a conversation with Confidence Mawusi on how mindset plays a role in scholarships. So Confidence, if you can introduce yourself and say hello to our audience, that would be great.
Okay, yeah, thank you so much. How do I introduce myself? My name is Confidence Mawusi. I don't do a lot of things. I just try to live and survive every day, and that's it all. Or you think I should add something? Okay, so I'm interested in young people and especially the youth development, and in the space of job because you can't be doing school all your life, and then there is issue in Africa where everyone wants to just go to get a degree, get a master's, get a PhD. It doesn't happen anywhere in the world, but in Africa, people want degrees and they go broke. So I talk to people about skills because you need skills to survive. You need skills to get a job. So youth skills and then tech and then law. That's what I'm interested in. I
Wow.
like I like jollof and people with gold soup. So that's all. Thank you.
What an intro. The last bit got me. Who doesn't like jollof? Well, law, tech,
Ghanaian jollof.
and Ghana
Not-
jollof. Very
Yeah.
specific as well. Yeah, you're doing a great job with the youth, though. I must commend you on that. Because you're very young as well, and I see a lot that you're doing. I mean, I don't know it. I don't think you know it, but I mean, a group that you've organized. I think it's was it's not WhatsApp. It's the other one,
Tell-
Telegram.
Yeah.
I'm in I'm in a group, but you don't know. You're doing really great. That is my way of supporting.
Thank
Um,
you.
but you're doing very well. I commend you on that. When I see young individuals helping other young individuals, it's very commendable. I mean, with the world that we're in now, each one is for themselves, and everybody's looking for ways to make money, whereas you're using your skills to empower other people. It's very commendable. I would say keep on with the great work, and I know as you're impacting other people's life, it would definitely come back to you in many folds. So keep it up, and we're here to support you as well. So thank you
Amen.
very much once again.
Thank you for inviting me too. I'm glad
Yes,
I'm here. Yeah.
thank you. So let's get into mindset. Let's go straight into the conversation. What does mindset actually means to you? What does it mean to you, and why is it so important to you?
Okay. The whole point is now let's just define mindset in this way. Why would we have about say an average class in university or an average university is likely to graduate over 20,000 students.
mm,
Or let's take it for even your class. Maybe you are 200 people who graduated from a first degree in a class, and only just a few percent, less than 10%, are likely to find a job just after school. What makes those 10% find school and find jobs?
mm.
What makes those 10% who are likely wanting to pursue higher education go further? And then what will make the rest just stay behind? So that's the clear idea about mindset. It's about how people think and how people perceive themselves. So for me, if you ask me for mindset, I'm not going to quote any dictionary definition. I'm just going to say, how do you see yourself? And then how do you want the world to see you? That's actually mindset. So
Wow.
if I
How do
did
you see yourself and how do you want the world to see you? That
exactly,
that is powerful. That's a good definition. That is actually an amazing definition, and I will be using that. How do you see you and how do you want the world to see you?
exactly.
That's amazing. Yeah,
Now the
so
point is not to catch you. Now
mm,
the conversation really starts from how you see yourself. The point is, it is how you present yourself. It's how people will see you. Clearly, Professor John Locke says that a man is built by environment and then reasoning. Your environment will generally affect you,
mm-hmm.
but then it is humans who affect the environment in the long run. So regardless of your geographic location, if you're Ghanaian, if you're in the US or whatever, or if you're in a Kenya, I've seen your Kenya band. I see you like Kenya.
I actually was in Kenya a few months ago. I came back last weekend.
Oh, wow. No, we'll
Yeah.
talk about that later. I'm sure you went to the Masamara. Okay, so how do you that's it. So it's just how you perceive yourself or how you are wanting to perceive yourself, and then how you see how you want the world to see you. Just I don't want to explain further. I'm sure I will discuss, you know, in bits as the conversation goes ahead. So yeah.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, so a lot of the time, whenever we have certain conversations, people are like, "No, you just have a different mindset because because I'm in Europe." So that's what people bring it down. I said, "No, it's there are people in Europe too who's got different mindsets. If you've cultivated it, you've cultivated it. It's something that you can't just blame on your environment. Yes, it has something to do with it, but it's also I feel it is time we call a spade and let people know we are also to be blamed with our mindsets because if you know something is not right and nobody's doing it, it doesn't mean it's wrong. It's still right just because nobody's doing it. And if it's wrong and everybody's doing it, it's still wrong, like we say. So with the mindset, you did start with it. You said our environment. I want us to have that reality check today, since you mentioned it. Does our environment actually affect our mindset? And can we continue to blame our environment?
Okay, so it depends on how you perspective you look at what the environment is. Now, the environment is basically what you see around you, what is going around you, and then what you absorb. So, what you absorb with your eye, what you absorb through learning, and whatever. These are all part of the environment. It comes with different factors. Now, let's
Mm,
start from the things that you can't control. So, for example, if you live in Africa, you live in Kenya. Now, you were born in Kenya, you stay in Nairobi. There's nothing you can do about it.
mm,
Now, the beautiful thing is that the God who created all of us has actually put us on the same or given us the same ability to be like it or not. Now, He has given us a brain, He has given us an eye for people who can see, and He has given us a ear. But the most important tool He has given us is the mind.
mm,
Now, if you are in UK, you have a mind. If you are in Ghana, you have a mind. If you are in Lebanon, you have a mind. So there are some systems that really work for us. And then so there are some. I mean, if you look at it very well, some countries have good systems. Like they have better roads, they have better internet, they have better things. However, in the 21st century, internet has made everything close to us. Now,
mm.
what can we talk about? Now, can you say that because of my road system, I can't be great in the world? Now, just look at this. So, can you say that because we don't have the biggest airport?
Mm.
I can't be great. No one has asked even you to fly to be a great person. We are in a global village now because of internet. I'm just sitting here somewhere in Accra and I'm talking to you. I'm sure even someone in maybe Nairobi County can hear me.
Mm-hmm.
Someone in Togo can listen to me now. So what excuses do we have at all? I mean, the point is, what excuse? So you want to consider, hey, there are books around. There's internet. There are books. So what do I need? I can't go back and say my roads are not working because my father didn't buy a V8. That's why I couldn't learn. But we're able to make the best of content and then the funny content on TikTok. However, we can't make the best of speeches. However, we can't
Mm.
make
Mm.
the best of inventions. So it is why we feed ourselves. That's what we get actually. I don't know. Yeah. So that's it.
Yes. Sometimes when I meet people like you, I keep telling myself I'm not mad, and I like the fact that, you know, there are people that actually think in that way. Why would I say that? Because I feel for us, especially the youngsters these days, right? We'll use, like you said, the internet is there, but we pick on what we want to feed our minds, what we want to feed our eyes, like you're saying. So if you're picking it, and then it's affecting your mindset, or it's, adding to your mindset, or it's defining your mindset, then you can't really just blame your environment. And I like the fact that we agree on that. I've had a few conversations like that, and I just keep quiet, because sometimes it gets to a point where you just have to keep quiet, because if the people are just concentrated on the environment, it means, the conversation has to end, because they will keep blaming the environment. So it's good that you're using your platform to educate the youth around you with the mindset. Keep doing it. And I know, with time, one individual at a time, our environment will not be a reason why we're not great, or a reason why we remain where we remain. Yes, it would fight us, especially if you think otherwise to the norm. It becomes a challenge. It will become difficult, but I know with time, it will get better. So let's get into the mindset of scholarship, because I know you share scholarship opportunities, and study abroad opportunities. You mentor people, and so on. So how do you get them to be mind to have the right mindset? How do you do it? How do you do it?
Okay. So are you able to hear me? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So we are clearly going to talk about the mindset of scholarship. But the point is
Mhm.
the foundation has to be built on a very strong or transformative mindset first before we bring the scholarship bit. Because hey, everyone knows about scholarship, but then it's about building the transformative mindset. So let me just start talking about that first. We've defined that to mean that how you see yourself and how you want people to see you. Now the point is how you see yourself will be dependent on a lot of factors. Now
Mm.
it will be dependent on your knowledge or your exposure. It will be dependent on the information that you have. It will be dependent on the capacity you've built over time. Now capacity will also go down to mean that how long have you tried and failed? That's actually your
Mm.
capacity. Now it's also going to mean that how hungry have you been for that success? Now it's so terrible when people come to you. I will share information on a platform and people come back to me and ask me, please, can you help me apply? You know, the person has not even read anything. And the person asks me, please, am I eligible? Everything is there. So what are you coming to ask me again? So it's the point to one, identify that are you really wanting to do what you want to do? Now, it's
Mm.
unfortunate we live in a part of the world
I love this conversation already.
don't know travel because if you're not going there to work, if you're not going to school, what are you going to do? Stay in your home country and then go for holidays. Because there are people in UK on the street, there are people in Canada who live in slums. So the point is, what's your point going? I don't have a problem with traveling. Hey, go just explore. But why do you want to travel? So people, one, they are wanting a scholarship so that they can leave their country. Now
Mm,
imagine you want to just leave the country. You've not even built capacity over time. Now in your undergrad studies, you clearly didn't want any scholarship. You would have been working on your GPA, and then you
mm.
are coming out with a GPA of 0.1 or 0.5, 0.9, third class lower. You said you should help you to get a scholarship. You don't have a problem getting that. And then hey, third class is not a problem. But the point is, all things being equal, you had everything to study. You didn't study. Now you're coming to struggle. So clearly, a person who wanted to see the future would have planned over time. Now, yes,
Mm,
I was in a cab coming somewhere, and then something struck me to say that, you know what, anything you want to achieve in the next 3 to 5 years, start now.
it
If I want
does.
a degree, yeah, if I want a degree, I should be starting now. If I want to marry in the next 5 years, I should be starting now. You can't, I mean, if you want a scholarship, start now.
Mm-hmm.
It comes to you after 2 years, it comes to you after 3 years. So the clear point is for us to, one, identify what a transformative mindset is. Now, for person, for example, if you consider who as someone who has a transformative mindset or who has a great mindset, now we are looking at a person who places priority on growth. So what does it mean to grow? It's about body maintenance. Now they are saying body maintenance is 3,000 Ghana cedis a month. So it's about a person who prioritizes that growth. Now you want to just find out what's really interested to you. Now, if it's a knowledge that you want to acquire, it is that growth you're looking at. Are you wanting to be good in finance? Are you wanting to be good in HR? Are you wanting to be good in digital marketing? That's the growth you
Mm,
want to experience, or
mm,
even leadership. So the person prioritize growth. The person prioritize learning. You can't. You need to learn to grow. If you want to be a good public speaker, it means that should be speaking a lot of time. You are in your room and midnight you are discussing topic to yourself, and then ghost. You are listening to yourself. If you're not doing that, you're not doing a lot of learning. You're not reading any book. You are not attending any conference. How do you learn? Now the next thing is the person is intellectually curious. Now to say intellectually curious means that the person is wanting to know more. The person will appreciate feedback, and I think these three things are just enough to build a transformative mindset. Now, let me iterate again. You prioritize growth, learning, and intellectual curiosity. I started talking about the brain. Now, if you read Ben Carson books, and then if you know Ben Carson well, he, he just talks about the brain. What
mm,
can the brain do? The brain can do anything. So
mm-hmm.
that's just it. So the brain, once you have the brain as a human, it means that you want to prioritize growth, learning, and be more curious. And that's just it. You can be a great politician with that. You can have all the scholarships you want to with that. And that's just it. So, yeah, is there anything you can talk about next? Yeah.
Wow. So funny enough, AAA has been having these 3 days scholarship webinar, right? And on the first day, we talked about the importance of education. And I know a few people were thinking, why are we even having this conversation? Because people do not sort of have the right mindset towards education. Again, we're using mindset here because education, a lot of the time, we just think is sitting in a classroom, and even with that, we still don't have the right mindset because it's chew or pass and forget. From a lot, we just want that degree in our hands, and that is it. It's not bad. I mean, we have first class students
So, if I
who
didn't say it is not bad, when you say you want to chew passport and forget, it's not bad.
wait. I'm going to make that point a bit clearer. So now we have first class students, right? And you're talking to them and you're thinking, how? How is this a first class student, right? And you have maybe a second class upper or a second class lower. Upper is still, let me use lower, who more or less articulates themselves in a way and you're amazed. So you're thinking, what is amiss here? You understand? So again, this is it. I'm going to make a point in the sense that this is why second class lowers or some second class lower students are getting scholarships, and first class students are not getting it. Second class lower students are doing better than first class distinction whatever student. It's all to do with the mindset and how they approached education. And education in its simplest form, not just in the formal sense, but you know, like you're saying, how what you're reading, what you're watching, how you're improving yourself. This is what is making people stand out these days. And again, like you're saying, the people looking for scholarships, and some of the questions they ask, sometimes I bite my tongue and it's like, you know what, if I'm to reply, it's going to be very brutal, so I'll just not reply. And that's not just me being rude, but that's actually me saving you what is to come out of me. You're not ready. You're just not scholarship ready. And I wouldn't want to give you the time because I know it's gonna drain me, and I don't have the time. I don't want to be drained. So now, like you're saying, you just put it there, and sometimes you take your time as well to break it down. Eligibility criteria, this, that. And then they don't read it, they just come and say, I'm interested.
Wait,
It's like, I
exactly.
didn't tell you to comment, I'm interested.
Yeah, I'm interested. And okay, now the next thing is they will send you a message on WhatsApp or they will call you and they say, hey, I saw you posted. I mean, no one is ready to learn. So if we're going back, I think I would like to just set a clear distinction between schooling and education.
Mm,
You
mm.
can you can school to a PhD, but you wouldn't have been educated at all.
Educated, yes, I agree.
So we are part of the world really prioritize schooling more than education because
Mm,
how come we have graduates and then graduates can't think? No, you know what? Let's just not beat about the bush. I mean, most graduates can't think. The point is, you have a graduate and then a graduate can't reply a simple email. You have a graduate who has been in university and then zero or no digital skills. So
mm,
I mean, what's expected of us? And then you don't go back and blame the universities because they are there, they are doing their job. But
mm.
they are giving you, you said you want to go to school. That's why you apply. You never said you want to educate. So if you want to educate, I mean, it's personal.
It's personal.
Yeah.
That's very true. That's very true. So now coming back to the growth mindset in terms of scholarship. So I did mention in our webinar today, and I said the whole scholarship journey is actually to prepare you to your graduate or for your graduate education, because first of all, you need to research what these scholarships are about, what they're asking of you. Are you even meeting the basic criteria? If you do not know this, and if you're not able to get these basic information from reading it, then again you're setting yourself up to fail. And this is why people get frustrated during the scholarship application, because they just want it quick and fast. They're not understanding it. To be honest with you, right? You go and you're given about minimum 120 pages to read, and that is just for one lesson, or like an hour or two lesson. And then it goes on and it goes on. This is 120 pages. You didn't even spend 2 minutes to read an eligibility criteria. You're not getting it. So how do you then get people to get it?
How do I get people to get it? We will not beat anyone. We will not force
Mm,
anyone at all. Because see, there are about 8 billion people in this world, and then this 8 billion, half of us we are youth already. And then
mm,
these youth are fighting for just the minimum scholarships we have around. Just these few scholarships around. So if you don't want to learn, we will not beat you. We will not beat you. We will not force you at all. Now it's incumbent on you to just one, have a curious mindset. Are you really
mm,
wanting to grow? Now, for me, I'll just come back and answer this question. I created that platform, or I share the scholarship opportunities on my pages, not because I want to share, or better still, I have a purpose. So the first thing is there should be a clear defined purpose in everything that you want to do.
mm-hmm,
I mean, just
mm-hmm,
scholarship is just part, or just graduate school is also part. Now, why do you want the graduate school? That's the first question you want to ask yourself. Because see, you can be in a scholarship and then be so depressed. We can be paying
mm.
you $200,000 every year, and then you can be depressed
You can be,
because you
yeah,
didn't have a purpose to be there. Now, if you don't have a clear purpose, you will feel you will just feel. Now, purpose will just
miserable.
be like a foundation. Now imagine building a structure without a foundation. Where do you stand? Now, before you have actually settled on purpose, it means that you would have outweighed a lot of things.
Mm.
Me personally, do I have to, do I want to go and braid hair, or I really want to be a graduate school or do scholarship?
Mm.
Now, if for A, the point is you want to go and do hair braiding, go and do. Don't come and force yourself, because see, we want to strive in a life where everyone wants to be successful. We all can't be successful in graduate school. We all
Mm-mm.
can't be successful with scholarship. But some of you can be very successful with your beauty, and you can just clearly go and do models. So go and do. So why do you clearly want to go and fight for scholarship? And then some people are very good with art, or whether they are good with their craft. They can do marketing very well. They can communicate very well. And then you clearly know that scholarship is a waste of time for you. But hey, because you've not done a proper assessment of your life, and then where the life that you're going to spend a healthy life of 50 years. Now, the 50 years, by 20, from 0 to 20, you have wasted it already, because by then, your parents are telling you, go to school, don't bath here, take money, go here, go to church, and etc. So you only have 30 years to live a life, but the
Mm.
people don't even understand. Yeah, that's it. You only have 30 years to live your own life. Now, if you are, you know what, just add 10 years to your age now, where you know where you are getting to, and then it's scary,
Mm.
but you don't care. But the next moment you are talking, you are just around 47. You can't help yourself.
Hmm.
And some of us are going. Some people are going to be in 50. Some people are going to be in 60. Now 10 years comes so quickly. So if you have a
Mm-hmm.
purpose to say that, hey, in the next 10 years I want to be here. In the next 20 years, this is what I want to achieve, and that will actually settle why you want to apply for the scholarship. Because see, the scholarship application is difficult.
It is.
It's difficult. So I created a platform again because I was always looking for a platform to find these opportunities, and I never find them. Now, for all the things I do, I set from a standpoint of why. Because if it's not why would I wake up at 5:30 a.m. and post scholarship?
Mm.
At 5:30 a.m., I can go and talk to a girl with a sweet voice, but I'm going to go and post scholarship for you people. And then you come back and ask me, what should I do? Or better still, at 2:30 p.m., when people are eating their fufu with live soup, I'm actually looking for scholarship to post, because I was looking for it from at when I wanted it. I never had it. So this is a problem I want to solve. That's my purpose. Now, if I'm talking about youth development or teaching people about digital skills, or talking to people to just take community service or advocacy serious, it means that at a point I wanted to be in that space. I was never there. So I'm now giving people opportunity. So if we're the point is that it's purpose first. Do
Mm-hmm.
you really want to go and dance to save your life, or you want to go to graduate school and do proper studies? If you weigh the options, you want to go and dance as want to. You will buy the video. But if you want to do scholarship, just be prepared that you are curious about knowledge. You want to really
Mm.
learn to save the world.
Mm.
I will end for you to ask the next question again soon. But the point is, you want to every day ask yourself when you go to sleep that why did you come to this world at all? Because we can sleep and we never wake up again. Or better still, we can travel, we can have a plane crash, and that's the end of our life. Now, if you answer those questions every day, you choose what to do with your life. You don't come and ask questions like, "Oh, can you apply for me?" You want to go to graduate school, you want someone to write your statement of
Someone
it.
to.
So that's just it. So the clear call again is, please let's have a purpose. Now the purpose will actually just propel us to whatever we want to do. Because if there is a purpose and a focus, you know that I want the scholarship to this university and I'm going to get into that university at all costs. You are going to
Mm.
read about it, study overnight about it, talk to professors, and you are just focused. Not that you want to just leave the country, you want to Japan. How do you call it? And that's what you want to do. Everyone wants to leave.
I,
They don't know what is
I
there,
call them
but they want to leave.
the Japarians. They
Yeah.
just
So
want the
you go to
Japarians.
God, what is it all rosy? I mean, don't
Hey,
do.
we'll have that conversation later. I
I
had
know.
one with someone last night.
Yeah.
Even me, I want to Japan because the
Eh,
UK is not UKing right now.
no, UK is not UK. My boss lives in UK, and then she said she wants to go back to Canada because she can't stay in UK and pay all bills
Mm,
every day. Now
it's
let me
not.
understand. No, the point is, you know what? The funny thing is, people will travel to UK or they will travel to anywhere. Now they'll go and raise some few money instead of them to the money that they've. Now the first point is that when they were traveling from Ghana, they actually went for loan to travel. So when they go, they work small and then get the loan and then just put some small money there. When they get the money, they'll say, "Oh, we want to go to a new country like US and then go and get the papers there. Before you realize you're wasting your 20 years of your life traveling and saving money to chase for papers. So that's it. But next question, please.
You know what? The funny thing is, these stuff is bringing different conversations that we can actually have for the whole entire year. But I mean, it's that's the thing. That's you. We cannot stop having conversations with mindsets, because I always tell people, you know what? The other side looks greener because you're not there. As soon as you get there, there will be another place looking greener for you. And even where you had just left will also start looking greener. Because and it's all to do with the mindset. It's how you're seeing it. It's how you're consuming it, how you're interpreting it, how you're understanding it. It all starts with your head. And so if it is not in the right place, chances are, one, you make the wrong decision, you make
Yeah.
hasty decisions, and you keep jumping from one place to the other and you achieve nothing. Why?
And then
Because you don't know
again,
your purpose, you don't know your focus, like you're
exactly.
saying.
But the point is, it is you are doing that in 30 years. That's the whole point, whether you like it or not. Now, clearly, most people doing this are 25 years and above. So you are
Mm,
actually doing that in 25 years. So
mm,
25 years, 25 years, and then you spend 5 years wanting to get back, and then the next you are there already. You are 35 years. What are you going to do? You can't do 12 hours, and then you want to be dying. Now, let me tell you something quickly about mindset. Sometime in 2020, I went for a job fair in Accra, and then when I got there, television stations interviewed me and then asked what is the minimum salary I'm expecting here. I mean, this is 4 years ago. And I told them that I'm not taking anything less than 2,000 Ghana cedis. And I became the talk of town. Now, when I open television stations, they are discussing the young guy who doesn't want to settle for less. And then people are saying that you stay home for 5 years. You say, oh, you don't want, you take 700, life will start beating you. You see, look at the mindset people have. So people can't clearly make decisions because what is even 2,000 Ghana cedis? And even you're working in Ghana and you are taking you 10,000 Ghana cedis. How much is that of a big money? I've not heard before.
mm,
Now, then again, the society will ask you to always settle for less. But
yes.
how do you liberate yourself? That's about your purpose, your mindset. If you want to take 2,000, 2,000 is okay for you. You take 2,000 out to leave. And then someone who says the person wants to take 10,000, they'll be there and they'll be taking 10,000. So again,
Mm.
mindset is intrinsic. I mean, it's not about your father asking to go and say 10,000. When you get to the interview, you tell them anything they give you like, and then you come back home. So let
Right. So I'm loving this conversation. I'm really enjoying it. And um, so I'm coming back to the youngsters. Like let's use the whole jackpot thing as what would you I know what I've been telling people. Would you actually advise someone to use the, I wouldn't say the scholarship route because you're not even guaranteed that, but the education route to actually leave the country? Um, and whenever I talk about scholarship, I tell people there are good universities in Africa, right? I know, for example, the
Strathmore
South
in Kenya,
Africa has great universities. Say that again.
Strathmore in Kenya, Strathmore in Kenya is also a very good university.
Mm.
I mean,
Yeah,
proper
South Africa
education.
has got great universities. Even Ghana. Ghana now has Ashasi and
That's
all of
university.
these.
They have
Yeah,
a chance to have academic city. And then, oh,
all these universities. So, but everybody looks for the scholarship overseas, right? And I mean, I'm not against it. I am a great advocate for it because you get a different atmosphere, you get a different environment. You end up meeting loads of different nationalities, diversity. It changes your mindset. It changes the
that,
way you think because there's a
that's
lot of different nationalities that you will meet when you do travel overseas. So I am a big advocate for it. But everybody looks out and not within. If, let's say, somebody comes to you, confidence, for example, and say, I just want to further my education, and you know that they're very good, they really just want to further their education, would you encourage them to look for scholarship within?
Okay. Um, it's two side. This is case by case perspective and case by case, solution. Now, my roommates in the university, we were all broke. We were very broke that we couldn't even fix our fan in the room when it got broken for a whole semester. The point is, who was going to fix it because you're all broke. Now he reached a PhD program in the US. I think he's in the second year now. What what's that implication? There are some people who for them it is education that will save their life. The more they do school, the more they become successful. There are people like
Mm,
that.
mhm,
And there are
mhm.
people who are made for the streets. I mean, if I may say that, it means that you're
Streetwise.
not you are street. You can make it on the streets. Now, if you identify yourself in that way, now I'll go back to the people who are good academically. It is very good to have education outside. I will not dispute that fact. Because hey, you really understand that our type of education here doesn't prepare young people for the market, the job market. You take a graduate from the US. I have a friend from Oberlin University. He reached an Oberlin University. Oberlin College is a business school, somewhat. Now he did business, he did accounting and all those stuff. Now, if you compare him to an average Ghanaian university student in a business school, he's a top-notch guy. Now his
Mm,
presentation skills is on point. He has his soft skills. He can communicate well. He has his skills. And then when you put him on any level position, he will be able to deliver. However, some people here they can't do anything. So then again, if you have the opportunity to travel, please go because you clearly need those type of education to save your life. It will really save your life. What does
mm,
it mean? You have a very different perspective. Now, even cultural exchange, as you spoke about, is a great deal to learn from different culture, to understand how people think. Now, you've been in Ghana your whole life. You don't even know that there's an approach of working or doing things.
mm.
So, culture is good, culture exchange is good. But the point is, just know why you want to go. If you know why you want to go, you can make exploits there. But if you don't know why you want to go, you go and then graduate school frustrates you, and then you want to come home.
You
And
want
then
to
there are
come
clearly
home.
people who school frustrate them. So if you come to me, confidence, I have a second class in this, I want to travel. What do you think? Just look at the right channels. For me, I clearly will tell people that there are 101 ways how you can make graduate school abroad. Now, it's by one, going through the normal school application, and then talking to professors, and then people giving you their grant, telling you that okay, they have an opportunity for you to come, or better still, you want to write a GRE or
Mm.
a GMAT so that you can do school in the US, or better still, your parents are expensive. If you are broke, you are from a broke family, you clearly need a scholarship because you can't pay for your school fees. So if your parents can pay for your education, why not? Because education is never a waste of time, and there's
Mhm.
no bad knowledge. So if you have the if you you clearly want to pursue it, go for it. But however, what is pushing you? Is it the pushing you to go and see high rise buildings or just go and see the snow? If it's the snow, gather money and then take visa and go to UK and go and see the
I'm
snow
going
and come.
to.
Yeah.
Right. So now, um, it back to the question. Oh, by the way, there's loads of high rise buildings in Nairobi. Amazing, by the way. So if again, if somebody comes to you, right, who do you then poach for overseas educations and, like we said, the within?
So within and overseas is just a matter of how much do you have and then how focused are you. So the how much you have is clearly not a question I will talk about because if you really want to pursue something, you find an avenue for it. Because, for example, if you want to just go to Harvard or an Ivy League university, you realize that Harvard or Ivy League university is not clearly about how much you have, but what you've done so far. Because they are concerned about people who can make the world a better place. And I mean, well-equipped human beings, if you want to say. So, if you don't have all put together, and then now you realize that age is beating yes, we talk, maybe you have like 3 kids already, or better still, I would have 4 kids and I can't help. So age is between us. Now, if clearly the program that you want to study, because education brings development, schooling
mm,
brings
mm,
network.
mm,
Clearly, that you can start doing the education here, because if it's clearly graduate school you want to pursue, do it here. However, if you have all the networks put together, if you have all the resources to put together, go and then have the education outside. I want to ask, how do I get funds for that? It's clearly scholarship.
mm.
Or yes, it's clearly scholarship or graduate assistantship. Or better still, how do you put it? Maybe you want to go and work and pay your school fees. That is hard. Anyone who advises you to go and work and pay your school fees knows that it is hard, but the person is telling you that because you want to go, go. But because you are a human of challenges, now I'll put it in this these stages. For all persons wanting to study here or study abroad or whatever. Now the point is, right from your studies, you want to focus on learning more than grade, because
Mhm.
it's surprising that we can actually go into interview and that will be the last interview, because you didn't focus on learning and focus on grade. You don't know what the course is about.
Mhm.
You can't understand the course right from day one. So focus on learning than grade. And that is what people in law school that they do best. In law school, people focus on learning. Not
Learning.
because how do you apply? No one is going to ask you in law school what is a law, differentiating between the two types of laws. So always in your studies or schooling or education, focus on learning rather than grade. Now you really have to embrace challenges in all these fields of scholarships. So what does this mean? Challenges will come. Yeah, me, do you know the number of schools I've applied to? I mean, I don't apply anymore. It was then when I wanted to go for graduate school. You apply. If you've not applied for over 50 schools and then you say you are tired, what should we do? 50 schools, only 50 schools, you are tired. Then where is it home? Because, see, we clearly apply for a lot of programs, a lot of conferences, and you're not even gotten in. So you apply for 50 graduate schools, and then there are thousands of graduate schools in US, and you say you are tired. So what should you do? So if you are tired, go home, because people who are tired don't come here. So you have to really embrace challenges. Now the challenges comes with learning. That's the beautiful thing, is learning. So you try a school, you failed. You just clearly know that why you failed. And then the next moment when you're applying for another school, you just know what to do. So just go in for challenges. Now you don't want to, again, curiosity. Be curious. What did I write in this code email or messaging that I didn't do well? And how can I write this email well? Now, then again, if we say, if I said, okay, I'm going to talk to confidence, you're going to have a transformative mindset on scholarship. You heard this, but you chose kebab over this. So if you chose kebab over this, what will happen to your life? Because clearly you're not wanting it. People who want to be pastors and then people who want to be praying every time, they always listen to sermons, because
Mm.
I mean that's the environment they want to put themselves. And then again, it is collaboration over competition. You really want to collaborate. So the point is, my high school mates, two of them, they travel together. Now they did the applications together, and then it's always good that way when you have people with like mindset. But your friend you want to apply graduate school with or apply the scholarship with is interested in Brazilian hair. How can they go and pay $30 for application? They will not pay. But your friend wants to go and chill, and then you say, "Hey, I'm going to do graduate school application." They will not mind. So you want to come up with people who have the same mindset like you. So always collaboration and competition. And I'm sure anyone who has this, set put together can actually be successful. It
Mm.
wouldn't be overnight. It wouldn't be in a month. It wouldn't be in 6 months. It wouldn't be in 1 year. It will be part of your 30 years, of which even the 30 years, sometimes you'll be sick. But then,
Mm.
small, 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 sure, you can actually get there. Yeah. So, yeah, that's it.
The thing is, I'm loving this conversation because of how raw it is, how even though there's the comical side, it is the reality. And I'm so happy you're not sugarcoating anything. The reason why I'm laughing so much is because, like, I have this conversation behind closed doors, right? And sometimes people, when you have them on events like this, they sort of hold back because they don't want to hurt people's feelings these days. But I'm glad you're just going. you're just going for it. And I'm just happy. I'm very happy about the fact, and the fact that it's coming from a young guy as well. It's not like
Everywhere. You see, the point is,
mm,
what again should we sugarcoat?
you
Because see,
understand.
you understand that this life is hard in the first place.
Mm,
Whether you are from a very good home, a very whatever middle income home, life is hard.
mm,
Now, it's surprising me that when you go to people who you say they come from a rich home, they are spending nights studying. Now, the guy is coming from a rich home, but the guy is reading law, the guy is reading medicine. They don't go and pay for the grade, they study overnight. But your mom is selling pepper. I'm not saying pepper is selling is not good.
it's bad.
But you know how your mom sweats overnight. And then you say no, you not steady. If you not steady, go and stay home. Eh. What should
Mm.
you do? And then you come and tell us that you want to apply for scholarship. It doesn't work that way. You see, and the one thing that separates the people who are more successful from us is that they never stop learning. Their
Mm-hmm.
parents are just giving them coaches every time, mentorship, coaching, mentorship, coaching. But for you, every weekend, instead of you to spend 5 hours doing your scholarship application, you are watching EPL. So, and then you say you want to be successful and go to graduate school. It is hard. It is
It
hard.
is. You
The
have to
point
put
is,
in the work.
yeah, put in work. Everything is hard work.
Mm.
Everything is hard work. If you don't put in hard work, forget it. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's it.
Right. Thank you so much. And you know what? Saying or talking about I hope I don't forget his name. Kenneth Kennedy. Or say despite son when he got the yeah, you know, I had this conversation. It's good you brought it up. I said, listen, this is a guy whose dad has got it all. He's already got a job. He's married.
Exactly.
He has money at his disposal. Why would he bother getting a law degree? He's already got a degree. Why would he bother getting, another degree? And I think he just did an LLM or something like that
Yeah.
recently again. So this is what we're trying to say. It's like you're saying, it's not about schooling, it is about equipping yourself for how the world is going. And if you know who you are, if you know your worth, if you know where you're going, if you know why you started something in the first place, again, nothing would actually bring you down. Nothing. I mean, the
No,
struggles will be there,
no,
but the
hold on.
focus is what will keep you going. So
You
without the focus, you've just lost it.
exactly. Now the point is,
Hmm.
you were living in just one room with all your siblings and your mom, and then
Hmm.
this is not a funny situation. It goes on. I know people like that, and if you have the chance to educate yourself, and then the point is, it is only schooling that connects you to the right network. It's when you are in class in University of Ghana, you clearly identify that people come from different backgrounds.
Hmm.
You never connected with any of them. Your social skills is bad, and then you tell people, I mean, to wait. I don't like people. If you don't like people, so what? And if you're looking for a job, you're going to tell people I'm going to look for a job or something. So, I mean, schooling is very good because, it's actually bridge the gap between the connect and the unconnected.
I know. Yeah.
Find all the meaningful connections too. So that's
Hmm.
actually something young people should do. And then, hey, if again it's about scholarships, I don't see why people are looking for scholarship, but they don't do the bare minimum. And the bare minimum is that you don't involve yourself in any community service. You don't involve yourself in any volunteer work. Now, you know what? People or white people see volunteering as a big thing
They do.
because now it means that you are a self-starter. It means that you are a person who can give freely. And then if you are giving more, you actually go and give people more. But you're not
Scholarship, scholarship. Normally, they're looking for people that will give back to the community.
exactly, exactly, exactly. So you're right.
Mm. They're looking for people that will give back to the community. So it is something that people do need to look into as well. So man, if you're joining us, if you're just joining us, we're having a conversation with mindset and how it helps with your or it plays a very big role in scholarship application or even your graduate education and life in general. So if you've got any comments or questions for our guest confidence, please do put it in the group chat in the comment section, and we will read it out to answer it. Okay, so people are actually were actually commenting about where they were listening to us from the
Okay,
beginning when he said people are listening from different parts. So we've got Uganda, Takoradi, what was the other one? Someone is curious. So yeah, keep being curious, like Confidence said, as a youngster. So we're about to run up.
okay,
There's one quick question that I want to ask. So opportunities, right? Opportunities. I know we're gonna come back to mindset, but I mentioned this one time, and I said, if you know your worth, right, it doesn't matter where you've come from, where your background is. There's certain opportunities. If you really know yourself, it doesn't. It's not an opportunity. It's actually a death trap. A death trap.
yeah.
Um, give me your general idea on what I've just said.
Okay, so I will just start by saying an opportunity may change your life. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not saying an opportunity will change your life. An opportunity may change your life. And then clearly we tell people that an opportunity of a lifetime should be grabbed in the lifetime of the opportunity. So that's just to say that opportunities wouldn't be there forever. So once there's opportunity, just grab it as and when it is there. Now, you really know that you've actually gotten there. Now, when, for example, people are looking for someone who can talk on digital skills, and then we say, oh, then this is what you can do. You didn't tell the person you can, but the person said, oh, can you apply for this? Now, it means that opportunities are there. How you like it, whether you like it or not, there are lots of opportunities there for us. But it is for us to build ourselves to that capacity to meet that specific opportunity. And then what it means is that if you're looking for opportunity like scholarships,
Mm,
it means that you over time study and have built yourself to that capacity. You don't have a 3.5 and above. You've never done community service. You've never done any work or etc. And then you want to apply for the scholarship. Sometimes it's a waste of time because you
mm,
know what you're doing is fruitless. So opportunities are there, but then for you to get to a opportunity, just as I said, if you want to get somewhere in the next 5 years, start now. So if you want to go to school, it starts now. When you along the way, opportunities will come. And then hey, opportunities don't come like, hey, I'm graduate school, take me. They will never come that way. And then just like jobs don't come like you have been accepted to be in this school or you have been accepted to be in XYZ. They don't come that way. Sometimes you meet someone, and then you know that talking to this person can open opportunities for you. Young people will not even take their contacts or take their email to check up on them. The next time you're
mm,
checking up on them, they're going to ask if they can help with something.
mm.
You will never give people help, but you're always going to ask people for help.
Abs-
It's never happened that way. So opportunities are there, but get closer to people within the space. If you are doing graduate school, you've never joined any group on graduate school, but you say you want a graduate scholarship, get closer, join conversations like this, ask questions, be curious. It goes back to curiosity. So, hey, an opportunity may change your mind. Grab the opportunity in the lifetime of the opportunity, and you are good to go. So that's it. For me, I've had, I mean, so I see opportunities and I say I want to do this. Sometimes you are really tired. Sometimes it will come in when you are very weary. It will sometimes come in when you are even in the midst of an examination or anything. But
mm.
just the simple application that you put in will save your life. So we only have 30 years, 30 active years, as I said. If you're a woman, you use about five um 5 to 7 years of that giving birth, and you will be left with 23 years. And 20 years, what are you doing? So 10 years from now, all of us will be this.
Oh, confidence, you're something else. Right. So we don't have any new questions. I think people are just enjoying the conversation as I am.
But
Um
hey, I am actually looking for young people in African countries. So if there's any way you can share my email in the chat, or can I put my email in the chat?
Of course
How
you
do I
can. So I was gonna say, so the last bit of the question was, you mentioned volunteering, and I know you do a lot of volunteering, and you were looking for, is it QS? Correct me.
so, yeah, for QS Impact, I work with QS Impact as a community engagement coordinator. It's a
Right,
charity in the UK. We work with young people around the world, give them scholarships and awards anyway. We have scholarship for them. Just do impact. You don't care if you have a third class, as long as you are transforming your environment and your community. That's fair.
right. So that was what I was going to. It's good you brought it up. So I was going to say, you've mentioned people to do, volunteering work, and you're already in that space. So if somebody is looking for that sort of opportunity to impact themselves as well as others, learn new skills, can they get in contact with you? How do they find
Yeah,
you?
they can find me. They can find me anywhere and everywhere. Yes, my name is Confident Mawusi. I reply to messages every time. Yeah.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And you're very approachable as well. I do like you and how approachable you are. And always willing to help. And I'm not saying that because you're on this event, but that is one reason why I actually did invite you on this event, to have this conversation with, because yeah, you're doing great things out there. So if you're in the graduate space, or you're a young person still in school. So one thing, so people wait till they finish or they've completed university, undergrad, before they start looking at graduate school. Do not wait till you finish. Start the process now. You know
Well,
what you want to
if I iterated several times that where you want to
do.
get in the next 5 years, start now. So if you want to be in graduate school, you start from second year already.
Mhm.
And yeah, just that.
Yeah. So if you're looking for volunteering opportunities or how to get in that space, contact Confidence, and he's always willing to help. He's actually looking for volunteers to work with him as well. So get in contact with him. Can you say something about the QS impact and what you do so that
Okay,
you get the right audience?
okay. So I mean, I work with QS Impact as a community engagement coordinator. Every day, I talk to a lot of young people in the world from Africa, Asia, and everywhere. Now, what we do at QS Impact is it's a global charity. Now, it's affiliated to QS. So if you go to topuniversityrankings.com,
Mm,
QS is an organization over 30 years in the UK. So we recognize young people for their impact. So as long as you are working on any of the SDGs, now clearly if you are solving any problem in this world, it can be aligned to any of the SDGs. So as long as you
SDGs.
are doing any of this, you actually can join our community. We operate on what we call councils. And then councils are just young people within communities where they come together and then they solve a problem. Now, we these people with just scholarships and then awards, but we connect them to the right industry aspect. What does this mean? So, for example, we have other programs like Skills Challenge, SDG Games, etc., where there's a competition among young people. Now, you just have the opportunity to learn from people around the space, have people within the world in your team, and it's a just beautiful environment. I tell you what, I started as a volunteer for this organization sometime 6 years ago.
Mm,
Now I volunteered, I worked as part time, and now I work as full time now.
wow.
So yeah, you actually have to start from somewhere anyway. Miracles don't happen overnight.
And I think you were part of the UN conversation in Nairobi recently.
Yes. So I mean, QS Impact is affiliated to the United Nations Environmental Assembly Program. So that's why we actually give young people passes. So we gave about 10 people, more than that, passes to the UN.
Mm,
So yeah. So I was there, and the clear conversation there is that you are never too young to lead. 28 are CEOs, 27 are CEOs. Let us be in Africa here, and then let us blame that we don't have good road system, and then we will see in the next 10 years where we'll be. Because you talk to a guy, he said, "Hi, I'm 24 years, I'm representing the government of Korea, and then I'm heading the green something
mm-hmm,
something." Hey,
mm-hmm.
then 23 years, you are now doing your national service, and you are doing printing, you're buying gobe, and it's crazy. So we can't help but it's about mindset and then how we approach people. things to another. So that's just it.
Yes. So yeah, so if you're a young guy, a young woman, a young person here, and you're looking for, a space to grow, get in contact with Confidence, and he will be able to link you to the QS Impact, and also other opportunities. So rounding up, thank you very much, Confidence. I've actually really, I have enjoyed this conversation. I'm glad I had you to join me on this conversation. It's been very great. It's been, very insightful. I like it when people are just raw and we just deal with the reality of things and we move. Because I always say, I have a saying, I don't owe a bakery, so I don't have to sugarcoat anything. I say it as it is, and if those that are ready to learn will still be around, and those are the people that we're looking for anyway. So thank you very much for being so real. Thank you very much for giving us your yourself, your time to have this conversation and also share what you do, and keep on with the great work. Keep on with the great work. I do really do admire you, and
Thank
thanks so
you.
much for all that you're doing. Keep it up. Trust me, keep it up. I like to see young guys or young people out there, with a different mindset and not with the norm. I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
Just chasing clouds, like we call it, and but just focusing on purpose and impact. It's very commendable. It's admirable. So keep it up. Your final words to our viewers, please.
My final words. So I'll just actually put in two phrases now. Uh, there's a phrase that says that whatever you can do or dream you can, begin it. Boldness has genuine power and magic in it. Now, this actually words is really defined in the words of um, one past U.S. president. Now he says that it's not a critic that matters. It's not a man who points out where the strong man falls or where the doer of this could have done better. The credit belongs to the man in the arena whose face is managed by the sweat and the dust, who strives valiantly, who knows the end of a good cause, and then even he fails, at least he fails while they're trying, so that his
Mm,
place will not be for those cold and timid souls who neither win or defeat. So it's either you win or you fail, but at all points, start doing something. So, but thank you so much for your time. I'm glad I came. I'm going to join traffic, and I feel hungry now, but I'm sure I'll find food to eat.
I'll leave you to eat your jollof rice.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you very much. Thank you so much, Confidence. So I've taken enough of your time. Thank you very much. I can't thank you enough. I've enjoyed the conversation. I'll keep saying it because I have really enjoyed it. Thanks for sharing your knowledge. Thanks for sharing your time. So if you're still with us, thank you very much for joining. I hope you enjoyed the conversation as much as I enjoyed it. This is changing the narrative, one individual, one mindset at a time. Keep watching. So we've got another event next week. And tomorrow, do not forget to join our 3 days, the last day of our 3 days webinar. We have two very great speakers joining our panel of discussion. One is a scholarship recipient and will be sharing her journey and how she managed through all the scholarship applications and how she got it and how this has helped her in becoming who she is. And there's another lady, so that's Elizabeth, and there's another lady, Eunice, who's actually also dedicated herself in reviewing SOPs, helping people through the essays that is involved with scholarship application. So check us out, AAA Group, changing the narrative. My name is F1 Pamsa, and I'm here to be that which I wish someone was to me. So everything I do, that purpose, like Confidence has shared, is being what I wish someone had been. So join us tomorrow, 4 p.m. GMT. Do not miss it. Invite people. Check AAA Group out. Also, if you need volunteering space, again, AAA Group, we're always looking to grow. We're looking for people to join us and we all learn together. Thank you very much. Stay safe. Stay hungry, stay curious, do not give up on your dreams or aspiration. And with whatever that you do, always remember why you started, the purpose for it, and have a growth mindset, and success is not too far away. Thank you very much and enjoy your weekend.